Okay, and we're back with another Kyonyuu Fantasy 5. Okay, so trial for for the trial. But anyhow, um like I say, we're gonna go through the Kyonyuu Fantasy 5 trial, okay? And it's pretty short, and I think I should be able to finish it by today. Roughly should. Okay. So like the story up until now is basically we know that the protagonist is a prince, and he's kind of like an unwanted prince because a king can have as many wives and stuff. Okay, but among all of them there's like a hierarchy, and the the protagonist this time, Leen, he's basically the unwanted child, so he kind of like the short end. He kind of got the short end of the stick. Okay, and he's basically sent to kind of gets sent to the the poorest region in the kingdom. Okay, in other words, it's just like a formality since he is in a sense still a prince. Okay, and now he's gonna meet his stepbrothers. Okay, okay. 第二王子キラルの部屋に到着すると、when I arrive at the second prince's room, キラルを付きの近衛兵たちが入り口を守っていた。つまり、キラルがいるということだ。When okay, Kiral's royal guard was protecting the entrance, meaning Kiral is there. 俺に気づいて、キラル一番の側近して、護衛のランズギルが出てきた。And realizing that I'm here, Kiral's number one confidant, ランズギル came out. キラル専属の魔術師も引用している。魔術師は王位にあるものや王位継承者の側近を霊的に守る存在だ。He's also Kiral's personal mage as well. Mages normally protect the king or those who have royal lineage to protect them from spiritual attacks and stuff. 俺には専属の魔術師はない。つまり王位継承者として見なされていないということだ。I don't have a personal mage with me, meaning I'm not seen as somebody who is considered as a person of a royal lineage.
殿下は
と後ろを見た。And I look behind.
ねえ、キラル様、ビキに欲しい。
Yeah, I think I don't need to translate this. ジルグンドがイケメンの王子に胸をこすりつける。ジルグンド the girl here, is snuggling up and pressing her onto the good-looking prince. うわ、気持ちよさそう。Then
あれは高いのだぞ。
that's expensive.
じゃあ千密そう。私が病気にかかって死なないように。
Then Sam is like basically like, well, herbs or like, well, healing items. Okay, so that I won't die from illness.
もっと高い。
That's even more expensive.
ビキニか千密そう。殿下欲しい。
bikinis or herbs. Okay. Either way, I want them.
相変わらず気持ちのいい胸だ。
Sure. As usual, your boobs feel amazing.
ねえねえねえ
なんだ、したいのか。俺様の一物に太く貫かれたいのか。
Ah, dang, so cringe. Oh. What, you wanna do it? Okay. You wanna be impaled by my You wanna be impaled by my rod? He's on a serifu. Even he said the same. Dang, that's so cringe. そう思ったら思わずは俺はブッと声を出してしまった。The moment I thought of that, the moment I realized that I instinctively at the thought of it.
勝手に部屋に来るな。空気ぐらい読め、ブサメン。ブサイクの分際で俺様の部屋に来るとは、無礼にも程がある。
Don't you dare come into my room. Wait. Don't you dare come into my room on your own accord. Okay? Read the room. Ugly. ブサイクの分際で俺様の部屋に来るとは無礼にも程がある。Okay? Somebody as ugly as you should realize that before coming to my room, you uncivilized something. What was it? He's basically saying he's uncouth, okay? じゃあ挨拶なしで宮殿を去るの方がいいのか？ Then it'll be fine to leave you with. Then is it fine for me to leave the palace without greeting you?
猿。貴様の中身が猿だと言っているのか？
Ah, yeah, there's a pun. There's a pun here. I translated it as be gone. Then it still works. Be gone. Yeah, then like this is a wordplay, okay? Like this is up to the localizer too. So he's playing a pun with be gone in Japanese, okay? Be gone. It's a bit hard to translate. Basically, like he's mocking him, okay?
殿下、リーン王子はお別れの挨拶に来られたのです。今日ボロンドに出発されると。
Your Highness. Remember, like, this is also another thing I want like the translators to be aware of this, okay? Like I say, I'm not the expert on like aristocracy and royalty and stuff, right? But there is a difference when they use denka, kakka, all of that, okay? So basically that's like your highness, your majesty, your excellency, okay? So like you use your majesty for the king. You use your highness for royalties. You use your excellency for people of great stature. So for example, like the head priest of the nation, you use it for the aristocracy, the high-ranking aristocracy. So here, Denka is highness, okay? Like, I did notice like when I'm either like reading mangas, watching anime, the subtitles and everything. And sometimes like they mess this up, you know.
リーン王子はお別れの挨拶に来られたのです。今日ボロンドに出発されると。
Your Highness, Din, Prince Leen he came to say this to bid his farewell. He'll be leaving for Bolan today.
何？それを先に言え。実にめでたいことではないか。このイルミナの町から貴様のようなブサメンがいなくなるとは、これほどめでたいことはない。
What? Why didn't you say so earlier? Okay, there's nothing more. There's nothing more to celebrate than this. For somebody like him to leave the city of Illumina, there is nothing more to be ecstatic about. お前がいなくなった方がよっぽどめでたい。お前がいなくなったらよっぽどめでたい。はい。I think that if you're the one who leave, you'll be much better.
ブサイクなくせに口の減らぬ男め。だから貴様は童貞なのだ。知っているのだぞ。貴様、俺様が羨ましいのだろう。
ブサイクなくせに口を減る。Okay. You're ugly, yet you still spout nonsense. That's why you're still a virgin. That's why you're still a virgin. I know that you are jealous of me. そう言っていきなりキラルはジルグンドのおっぱいをもみしだいた。Saying that he fondles her breasts.
ちょっとキラル様。
うわ、おっぱいがひしゃげてる。Basically, ひしゃげてる。like I say, he's fondling. Basically, it's saying that well, it's being. You get the point.
どうだ？羨ましいだろう。貴様のようなブサメンには到底無理なことだ。
Oh, aren't you jealous? Somebody as ugly as you would never get to experience this. 泳げないやつがよく言う。That's a lot coming from a guy who can't swim.
やかましい。
Shut up. 足が遅いやつがよく言う。That's a lot coming from a guy who's slow.
黙れ。
あと、絵が下手。And your drawing sucks.
何の役にも立たぬ。権威は俺様の方がはるかに上だ。貴様は俺様に一度も勝ったことがない。
That thing is useless. My swordsmanship is way better than yours. You never even won once against me. お前が俺に泳ぎと走りで勝ったことも一度もないな。You never won against me once in drawing, swimming, or even running.
絵など男にはいらぬ。貴様は王子ではなく飛脚として生まれればよかったのだ。それなら俺様が一生こき使ってやったもの。
A man don't need to draw, okay? You should not be born as a prince, but rather...
絵など男にはいらぬ。貴様は王子ではなく飛脚として生まれればよかったのだ。それなら俺様が一生こき使ってやったもの。
Rather than being born as a prince, you should just be born as a... mailman? Courier? That way I can use you for the rest of your life. ブラック商にならぬ。 ブラック王子だな。うーん。うーん。Well, this one definitely comes from like the origin of this was definitely stems from black companies, meaning they treat their workers terribly. So here's like saying well, basically like a sweatshop. Okay, if I were to localize this, I would have like think about in that kind of sense. Okay, because you need to fit in with the English audience lexicon. So here, sweatshop, you can use the word sweatshop. Okay, so rather than a sweatshop, maybe you could say a sweat palace, because he's a prince.
俺様が予言してやろう。貴様はボロンドでも女にはモテぬ。モテたとしても、貴様以上にブスな貧乳の女だ。
Let me predict. Okay. Even when you went to Bolan, you're not gonna make any woman. Even if you get popular, you're gonna be with a ugly flat girl.
貴様にはブスと貧乳が似合っている。せいぜいブス女と幸せになることだ。
貴様にはブスと貧乳が似合っている。An ugly and a flat would suit you well. Hopefully that hopefully you're able to be happy with an ugly girl. 俺はキラルの部屋を出た。やはり予想通りだった。I left Kiral's room and it's just as I expected.
いやー、ほんとキラル様って口悪いな。
Yeah. Wait, let me listen to it again.
いやー、ほんとキラル様って口悪いな。
Man, Lord Kiral is such a Lord Kiral had such a terrible mouth.
なんでモテんだろ
Wonder why he's famous
顔じゃね？
or popular. Popular and famous are different. His face?
顔が。
Yeah, his face. と、護衛がため息をつく。
タラキン様もきっと悪口言うんだろうね。
And I bet you'll be the same with Lord Tarakin as well. 俺は不詳を浮かべた。And I had a bitter smile on my face. Without a doubt. 第一王子、タラキンの部屋に到着すると、When I arrived at the first Prince Tarakin's room, タラキンのお付きの近衛兵が部屋の前にいた。俺を見ても挨拶すらしない。The royal guard that usually accompany Tarakin is in front of his room. Even when they saw me, they didn't even greet me. 部屋の奥にはタラキンがいた。キラルと同じように女と一緒だった。Tarakin is inside his room. Like, although it says deep, but I think like in English we don't need to say that. Okay, inside the room, Tarakin is there. Just like Kiral, he's with a woman.
どうタラキン様。
ユルグンドがタラキンに胸をこすりつけている。ユルグンド is pressing herself onto Tarakin. well, I'm avoiding saying like pressing her boobs against it, but you get the point. But then, if I were to translate, I would have used the word. I would have stressed on the boobs because that's what the writer says. Okay. So, またしても羨ましいこと。Damn it! And they're doing it, and they're doing it again. Well, and they're doing something that made me jealous again.
相変わらず気持ちのいいデカパイだ。
So great! As usual. As usual, what? As usual, what a... as usual, what a enjoyable... You know.
パイ釣りしてほしい？
I'm a for like if it's a bit too if it's blatantly that, I think I don't even need to translate it for you guys, right?
いいな。どうせならあの奴隷男に見せつけてやるか。
Sure. Then why not we show it off to that slave over there as well?
意地悪なお人。
Aw, you're such a tease. と、ユルグンドが笑う。And ユルグンド laughed. 奴隷男とはもちろん俺のことだ。The slave that he mentioned is undoubtedly me. Is undoubtedly refers to me.
あんな血の腐った男にはちょうど良い仕打ちだ。人は平等に生まれたわけではないからな。扱いも平等とはいかぬ。クズにはクズの扱いをしてやらねばならぬ。
Yeah. It's befitting for a man with such tainted blood as him. Okay. People are not born equal in this. People are not born equal. As well as being treated equal. A scum like him should be treated as the scum he is.
ほんと、意地悪なお人。むにゃ？
You really are a tease. Yeah. Among all of the 5 series, Yurugundo and Jirigundo are like the worst personality. At the very least, like the first game, you do have Dorowato and who was it? At least the first series, it's like they just snuggling up the power, but there is still like, how should I say this? They're not as this much of a jerk. Oh, Yurugundo no munne wo ochitsukeru. And Yurugundo presses her boobs against him. 意地悪じゃなくて、ただの掌握だ。Rather than being a tease, he's rotten to the core.
する？
そろそろママが帰ってくるからな。
Mom's coming back soon. 帰ってきたざます。I'm back ざます。タラキンが俺を睨みつけていた。タラキン stares at me.
ママの真似をするな。僕は不愉快だ。
Oh, by the way, like, as you know, the voice actor for him is like the standard, the rival for the protagonist, right? And I gotta say, him acting like a mama's boy really fits well.
ママの真似をするな。僕は不愉快だ。
Don't you dare impersonate mom. I'm appalled. うまいだろ But it's good, right?
黙れ奴隷男め。
Shut up, you slave. 俺の血筋のことを触れる。俺の母親は奴隷。戦争で負けたり、外国で捕まったりして、連れられて来られた女の一人だった。And he brought up my lineage. My mom's slave. She after losing the war, being captured by a foreign country, and one of the women that was captured, she was one of the women that was captured. つまり扱い的には奴隷である。それが親父の目にとどまり、目かけになった。タラキンとキラルの母は大貴族出身である。This is just a continuation from just now. She was caught, blah blah blah. And here it says, meaning she is treated as a slave, but she caught my father's attention and became a concubine. Tarakin and Kiral's mom are originally high-ranking aristocrats. タラキンはいきなり腰の剣を抜いて俺の足元に放り投げた。Tarakin suddenly unsheathed his sword at his waist and threw it onto my feet. 俺への手向け Is this meant for me? No way. マウント男にそんな慈悲の心はあるはずがない。Somebody as petty as this man would never show me any signs of sympathy.
拾え。お前は奴隷だ。拾って執行して僕に差し出せ。
Pick it up. You're a slave. Pick it up and kneel and present it to me. ことは、血と歩み寄ることである。家臣が目上の王族に行う振る舞いだ。Here. Kneeling here means in a state of kneeling, coming forward and presenting oneself to a person of higher stature, such as royalty. 生きがるな、タラキン。Don't be so conceited of yourself, タラキン。
誰がタマキンだ。タラキンだ。
タマキン？タマキン。Who are you calling タマキン？ It's タラキン。俺の後やりまくっているだから、タマキンでも問題ないだろ。Well, since you are doing it with a lot of women, wouldn't it be fine calling you タマキン？
確かに。
Well, you got a point. And of course, the names, like, there's also meanings in the name, right? Like, as you all know, Kyonyuu Fantasy series is like, they like to make puns. So like, Bolan become Bolan and all those stuff. Especially for names. Okay? So basically, Tamakin is balls. Maybe like, if I were to translate, if I were to like localize, maybe I'll call him Rawls, but he's actually balls. That kind of thing.
で、そういう問題か。僕に口答えするな、このスズムシめ。リンリン泣くことしかできないくせに。
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty low level insult. Okay? That's not the problem. How dare you talk back to me, you insect. Okay? The only thing you could is just is making noise. The only thing you're good for is making noise. スズムシの中では俺は最上級だな。Then among all of the insects, I'm one of the best.
黙れ。僕が王になったら、お前のような男は真っ先に処刑してやる。
Shut up. If I become the king, the first thing I'll ever do is send you to the execution. なかなか壮大な計画だな。さすがタマキン。Wow, what a grand plan, as I expected of Tamakin.
タラキンだ。
It's Tarakin.
何を大声を出してるの？
Zamas. Why are you shouting for? Zamas. Zamas Ohi. Queen Zamas. タラキンの母、ザマス王妃だった。今、唯一の生き残っていた王妃だ。It's Tarakin's mom, Zamas, Queen Zamas. Oh, 王妃。Queen's consort. Queen's consort rather than the queen. Okay. Yeah, there's a difference between that, okay? The consort and the queen. But she's the only one remaining. キラルの母、ギリア王妃のすでに死んでいる。Kira's mother, Kira's mother, Giria, the queen's consort Kiral has already passed away. 俺の母も遠の昔にあの世だ。And so is my mother, who long ago passed away.
こいつが僕のことをタマキンと言うんだ。
This guy's been calling me Tamakin.
なんて失礼な。すぐに土下座なさい。
How rude. Prostrate yourself. 罵倒には罵倒だ。俺のことを奴隷男だの。血の腐った男だの。スズムシだの。クズにはクズに扱いしてやらねばならぬと言うからだ。An insult for an insult. This guy has been calling me a slave. A person, okay, a man with tainted blood, an insect, and a scum.
事実ざます。謝りなさい。
It's the Queen Zamas! Okay? Apologize! 感情がこもってザマス王妃が感情がこもってザマス王妃がザマス口調で俺に命じる。We're full of emotion. The queen's consort Zamas, the queen's consort Zamas will add on Zamas as she speaks, as she orders me. 嫌だね。Nope.
王妃に向かってなんて口の利き方。謝るざます。奴隷の息子のくせに生意気ざます。謝らないのなら死刑ざます。
王妃に向かってね。Okay, how dare you speak like that to the queen's consort? Okay, apologize, Zamas. Since you're a son of a slave, don't be conceited. If you're not going to apologize, then it's the execution for you, Zamas. 王妃に王子の処刑を 宣告する権利も資格もなかったはずだ。A queen's consort have no right to order the execution of a prince. そんなことは王国のどこも書いていない。そんなことは、none of that is written in the kingdom's law.
ザマス、奴隷の分際で王妃に口答えしないザマス。
Be quiet, Zamas. A slave shouldn't. A slave such as yourself have no right to backsass me, Zamas. ザマス王妃が足元の剣を拾い上げると、俺へ向かってぶん投げた。Queen's consort Zamas picked up the sword on my feet and threw it at me. あんまりに下手くそすぎた。でも、ある意味、うまかった。She's so terrible. In a sense, she's pretty good. 剣はかっすりもせず、俺の後ろのタラキンの耳にかすめたのだ。The sword didn't even scratch me, but it grazed Tarakin's ear.
気をつけてよ。
Be careful, mom. タラキン、母という失脚とは注意しろ。たくましく生きろよ。タラキン、you better be careful of this mother of an assassin. Live strongly, live strongly.
タラキンだ。
Oh, it's Tarakin. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I didn't even notice that it's Tarakin Tamakin. Tarakin の部屋を後にして、俺は一旦自分の部屋に戻った。I left Tarakin's room and stopped in my room for a while. やることはすべてやってしまった。もう残ってはいない。準備はすでに終わっている。あとは出発するだけだ。I've already done what I have to do. There's nothing left. As my preparations are all done, all that is left is just to leave. To depart. 結局、ソニアには会わずか。At the end, I didn't even meet Sonia. いよいよお別れなんだと思う。It's finally time to say goodbye. 次に戻ってくるのはいつになるのだろう。I wonder when will I be able to come back? 明日 Tomorrow? それは絶対ない。No way that's happening. 1ヶ月後 After a month? Probably not. 1年で戻ってくるのだろうか。Will I be able to come back a year after? 2 years? 3 years? 4 years? わからない。I don't know. 幼い頃に母を失ってからずっとこの部屋だっただけに離れがたいものがある。離れがたいものがある。ここで俺は育って、ここで母を雇った。Ever since I lost my mom, I live in this room. In a sense, I don't want to depart. This is where I was brought up. And this is where my mom took her last breath. あれから10年、いよいよ王宮に別れを告げる時が来たのかなと思う。It's been 10 years. It's time to say farewell to this palace. 3人が、こう衣装を袋に詰め込んでいた。ぎゅっと袋の結び終える。The three of them 法律書 Constitution? The Constitution, I think. The three of them put the Constitution in the bag, okay, and tied it up.
殿下、そろそろ。
Your Highness, maybe we should. We should. Yeah, let's go. プールを、okay, passing by the pool. 中庭を過ぎる。passing by the inner gardens. 馬に乗ってイルミナ王宮の正門を出たところで、知っているこの衛兵に出くわした。I rode the horse to the main gate of Illumina Palace. There, I met with a royal guard that I knew. What kind of protection? Sonia.
あら、
我は思わず馬から降りた。I get down from my horse instinctively. 幼馴染の女騎士、ソニア。Childhood friend
これ
who
か
is a
ら
knight.
出発？
You're leaving now? Oh, you're departing now. と、慣れ慣れしい口調で話しかける。And she speaks to me with a tone of familiarity. 幼馴染だった。一緒に剣の稽古をした、一緒に剣を稽古もした。一度も剣を勝負で勝ってなかったが。She's my childhood friend. We train swordsmanship together. So I never once won a match against her. 我は反射的に胸に目をやった。And I instinctively look at her breasts. 相変わらずでっかい胸をしている。この時はペタンコだったのに、大人になるにつれてどんどんでかくなって、今ではジルグンドとユルグンドより絶対でかくなっている。As usual, her breasts are outrageous. When she was young, she was as flat as a cardboard. But as she started growing up, it started to get bigger, and even now, I bet that she's even bigger than Jirigundo and Yurugundo. と、ソニアとの勝負を負けた大半の理由は、多分この胸をばかり見ていることだ。more than half of the time when I fought Sonia, the reason that I lost is because of I keep on staring at them.
相変わらず失礼ね。
As usual, you're rude as ever. あ？
なんで何度も胸を見るわけ？失礼だってわからないの？
How many times are you going to stare at my breasts? Don't you know that's rude? お前、彼氏に見られても同じことを言うのか？ Will you say the same thing if your boyfriend do that to you?
彼氏は別よ。あなた彼氏じゃないでしょ？彼氏になる予定もないし、するつもりもないし。何度も言ってるけど、私自分より剣の弱い男と付き合うつもりはないの。
A boyfriend is different. And you're not my boyfriend. And I have no plans of turning you into my boyfriend. I'll say this repeatedly. I would not date a guy who's weaker than me. Ah, shit. Yeah, then definitely Kiral is gonna make his move. と、ソニアが冷たく拒絶する。ちなみに、ソニアに彼氏はいない。この性格では彼氏できるのは無理じゃないかと思ったりしている。And Sonia coldly rejected me. By the way, Sonia doesn't have a boyfriend. Because of this attitude, there's no way that she's getting a boyfriend. Yeah, but Kiral doesn't care about that. Shit.
また勝手に胸を見たら切るから。
The next time you stare at them, the next time you stare at them, I'll cut you. 王子相手に切るのはないだろ。There's no way you could cut a prince.
だってこうでも言わないとあなた私を口説くでしょ。あなた実は私に頼みに来たんでしょ。
As in, if I don't say it like this, you're gonna I would like to use the word pester, but she actually like saying you're gonna seduce me. Okay, if I don't say this, you're gonna seduce me. Okay, besides, you come. The reason you come here is because you have a favor to us, right?
ボロンドに行く前に一発やらせてくれ。一発パイ釣りさせてくれ。
Before leaving for Bolan, let me do it once with you. You guys know what this means. Huh?
言ったら切るから。あなたとセックスする未来はないから。私たち付き合う世界線に生きていないの。
If you say that, I'm gonna cut you. I have no plan of doing it with you. We are not living in a timeline where I'll be dating you. きっぱりと言う。And she declared that bluntly. 体は最高なんだが、言葉に刺す。いや、剣だけに喧嘩がある。一度くらいヒーヒー言わせてやりたい気持ちがあるが、無理なんだろうな。Although her body is amazing, her words are, but her swords are, but since she's a swordsman, her swords are sharp. It's basically what it's implied, okay? I would like to make her eat her words at least once, but that seems impossible.
でも惜別の言葉ぐらいはあげる。ボロンドは何にもないところだけど、地獄よりはマシよ。
But let me leave a parting word for you. There's nothing in Borondo, but there's nothing in Bolan, but it's better. There's nothing in Bolan, but it's better than hell. そりゃありがたいことだよ。Well, thanks a lot.
でもワルダーノフに逆らうと大変なことになるわよ。ボロンドを牛耳る男だから。生き延びたければ飾りになることね。
But be careful of Warudanov. But be careful of Warudanov since he's the. Okay, let me translate in one moment. But do not disobey Warudanov. As you do not disobey Warudanov as he'll make your life hard. As he'll make your life hard. Bolan, he's the man that controls Bolan. If you want to live long, keep that in mind. なんだそれ? What do you mean by that?
自分から仕切って政治をやるようなことはしないってことよ。あくまでも飾りとなることを拒絶して死んだ人間がいるんだから。前任者のことだけど。
It says here that it just be a decoration for him. So basically it's saying let him do whatever he wants. if you don't do that, you're gonna die. Basically, like, she's implying that.
自分から仕切って政治をやるようなことはしないってことよ。あくまでも飾りとなることを拒絶して死んだ人間がいるんだから。前任者のことだけど。
Don't try to play politics by yourself. You're just a decoration. A person who refused to be a decoration had already died. This is what happened to the previous person who was in charge. それバレたら処刑だろ。But if they found out, you're gonna be executed.
証拠がないもの。証拠を残す男じゃないし。
There's no proof. He's not a person. He's not a man to leave any proof.
もし元気で生きていたらいつか会いましょう。もし死んだらその時には祈ってあげる。
Then
もし元気で生きていたらいつか会いましょう。もし死んだらその時には祈ってあげる。
try to live a healthy life. Then we'll eventually meet. If you die, then at that time let me offer some prayers. 優しいことで。How nice of you.
じゃあね。
バイバイ。あっさり手を振ってソニアは立ち去ってしまった。And she nonchalantly waved her hand and left. ボロンドへ立つ前に会いたいと思っていたが、会ったらあんまりに明らかんとした感じだった。Well, I did want to meet her before leaving for Bolan. Even after meeting her, 会ったらあまりに even after meeting her, basically saying that it's so nonchalant. Okay? Even after meeting her, this meaning is so nonchalant. もっとな感情的なものがあるけど、少し期待したのだが、まるで違っていた。I was hoping for a much more emotional, teary moment, but it's not what I expected. 出発とか別れる日なんてこんなものなのかもしれない。人生はドラマチックじゃないのだ。出発と別れる日なんて。The day of my departure and the day of my farewell should not be like this. Basically, he's saying here, my life has been a series of downpour, and life is not as dramatic as it seems. 俺は馬にまたがった。And I rode the horse. 護衛たちも馬にまたがる。And so does my guards. And my guards as well rode on their horses. 行くか。Let's go. 俺は馬の腹を軽く蹴った。馬はゆっくりとイルミナ宮殿から北東へと向かって進み始めた。I lightly kicked the horse's stomach, and the horse slowly left from Illumina Palace to the northeastern side and head towards the northeastern side. I said it in my Japanese stream as well, but I do wish they include maps. レガリア王国の外れ第三王子リンが宮殿を立って3日後 In the Kingdom of Regalia, the estranged third prince Leen left the palace. It's been 3 days after Leen had left the palace. イルミナ宮殿ではちょうど顧問会議が終わったところだった。In Illumina Palace, the council meeting has just finished. 顧問会議は王国の中心関係である王と大司祭長、財務卿、そして王位継承者とみなされる王子が臨席して行う。The council meeting involves the kingdom's council meeting involves people who are the center of the country, the king and the head priest, finance minister, people of royal lineage. Oh, prince that has been seen as the princess that has been seen as the that has been approved as the royal lineage will join. 財務卿と2人の王子たちはすでに部屋を出ていた。今日は王子の会議デビューの日だったんだ。The finance minister and the two princes have already left the room. Today is the debut day for the princess. Today is basically saying that this is the first time they enter the meeting, right? リンが去った後、2人の王子は途中から同席したのである。After Leen had left, the other two princes attended the meeting. 王子たちが去った後、残ったのはアトラロイッセと魔術師にして大祭司長のメルセウスだった。After the princes have left, the one that is left remaining are Azardo the First and Mage, as well as the head priest Meruseus. 王位継承者と表示されるものには基本的に専属の魔術師がつく。Royalty, or those who have been seen to have inherit the royal lineage, normally would have their personal magician. 呪殺などの霊的な攻撃から守るためである。To protect them from spiritual attack as well as curses. By the way, like I'm just gonna say I haven't played the game yet, which I think I'm gonna play later on. But this guy feels like the bad guy because there's always ominous music accompanying him, and as well as the way he carries himself, you know. 魔術師にとって王族の専属魔術師を務めることは大変名誉なことだ。As a magician, it is a great honor to be serving the royalty. 出世もを見る。 もし従えた主君が王に即位すれば、聖職者の第一祭にもなれる。There's a chance of you being promoted if your lord raise up the ranks. If your lord raise up the rank, you will even be able to become the head priest. 大祭長になれると、貧しいに常に王族と子供にするので、一番相談役になることが多い。Once you become the head priest, you will always be accompanying the royalty, and you will be seen as the number one confidant. それだけで国に関わること、影響力を持つ存在になるということでもある。And with that, you'll be at the center of the country, and you have influence, and you'll be a person of influence. メルセウス・アズラルド一世が王子の時代の司祭から専属のマジシとなり、アザルド一世が王に即位してから大司祭に上申して、王の一番相談役として顧問会議をリードしてきた。So basically he's saying here, it's such a long thing, but like I say, this is not a full translation. This is just like to give you a gist of whatever it says here. Okay, because like I'm doing this spontaneously. Okay, here it says Merceus has been Azarado the First. He has been with Azarado the First ever since he was a prince. At first he was a priest, and then he became a magician or mage. Like this. Okay. Majutsu is mage. Okay, I need to explain this to you. In Japanese, like a magician is basically okay. There's a difference between Mahotsukai and Majutsu. Mahotsukai is a magician. Majutsu is a mage. Okay, so in a sense, magicians are seen as like as tricksters, but a Majutsu is seen as a mage or a sorcerer. Okay, so if you say like a sorcerer and a magician, I think that they'll put it in a better context for like an English speaker. Okay, and Majutsu, here this is what like kind of like make me when reading things like this, it kind of like make me a little bit uncomfortable, because like it also say that he is also a priest, but then he's also at the same time a mage. But yeah, this part is kind of like confusing for me. Okay, but point is that he's not saying magician, he's saying a mage. A mage here refers to like a sorcerer like position. Okay, because the Japanese have like a inherent understanding, which I still they have an inherent understanding of like a Majutsu is like somebody who can play tricks, who can manipulate stuff. But when it comes to Majutsu, it means like a sorcerer who can manipulate more than reality, if that makes sense to you. Okay, it's like, I think maybe like if I were to explain it in English, right, there are 3 ranks. Okay, sorcerer, mage, and magician. So we start off with magician. This is because magician is low level, right? So you can think about this trickster maybe you can use low level magic spells. Okay, and then like mage. Okay, a mage is somebody who can manipulate mana, but as a sorcerer, like they can use magic without the aid of mana, or unless like they use the mana inside of them. Okay, so this you should I think that's the most easiest explanation for an English audience. Okay, so whenever you read like any mangas or watch animes and stuff, when they brought up the use of Majutsushi and Mahotsukai, that's the thing. Okay, yeah, so let's get back to the game. Okay, let me just quickly translate this. Merceros has been with Azaruto the First ever since he was a prince. He was a priest back then, and he became his personal mage. And after Azaruto the First claimed the throne, he became the head priest of the country. And now he's seen as his number one confidant, and he's leading the council meeting. この会議はベリル海の海賊についてのことだった。Today's meeting is about the Beryl Sea and the pirates on it. 王国はいくつかのものを測量いられてるとされている。王国東部ガリキア測量は塩湖であるベリル海に面している。The kingdom has several provinces under its control. The kingdom's eastern side of Garikia province have a salt lake facing the Battle Sea. ベリル海は隣国のエルフの国。The Battle Sea is adjacent to another country, which is the country of the elves. ファリア王国も面しており、ファリア王国との戦争のルートでもあり、同時に交易の部隊伴っている。It also faces the kingdom of Faria. It is also a route of war for the Faria kingdom, but at the same time it's also used as a trading route as well. ガリキア伯領が潤っているのはそのおかげだが、ベリル海には海賊がいる。潤っているはそのおかげだ。The reason why the province of Garikia is able to prosper is because of it, but the Battle Sea also have pirates on it. アルシャルと名乗る女海賊である。There's a female pirate that goes by the name of アルシャル。時折レガリアの商船を沿っては被害ももたらしていて、今日はそのアルシャルの橋だった。Sometimes they would attack the merchant ships from Regalia and leaving damages. And today's main topic is about Arusharu. You remember Arusharu is the female pirate. レガリア王国は領地をめぐって何度もファリア王国の争いを繰り返している。続きの国同士には領地争いにつきものである。Okay. The Kingdom of Regalia is in a land struggle with the Faria Kingdom. The Kingdom of Regalia is having a land dispute with the Kingdom of Faria, and they have been repeatedly fought for it. This is par for the course, as both of them are adjacent to one another.
海賊どもをうまく退治できればよろしいのですがな。
If only we can deal with the pirates. とメルセウスはアザルド一世をはしかけた。And that's what Merceus said to Azrardo the First.
本拠地がわからぬのではどうしようもなかろう。
But we can't do anything until we found out their base.
最悪。ファリアとの連携を防げれば良いというところでしょう。もしかして、リーン殿下をボロンドに赴任させたのはその理由で。最悪。ファリアとの連携を防げれば良いというところでしょう。もしかして、リーン殿下をボロンドに赴任させたのはその理由で。
So it says here, the worst is, okay, it says here, in the worst case scenario, we should avoid them teaming up with the Faria Kingdom. Don't tell me this is the reason why you sent His Highness Leen to Bolan. ボロンド伯領は王国北東部ガリキア伯領の北に位置している。Bolan is on the kingdom's northeastern side, and it's the north of province of Galicia. その向こうにはファリア王国だ。And further up north is the Faria Kingdom. いざとなれば、ボロンド伯領からガリキア伯領へ遠征することも可能だ。ボロンド伯領から。There's a chance that the province of Bolan, well, it's basically saying that it's probably saying that Bolan and the province of Galicia is going to be involved in a war, okay?
いや、そうではない。ボロンドの現状では出征もままならぬであろう。
Really? Oh god, I looked down on him. Yeah, because I thought that he's a decent father. What it says here, nope, that's not it. Looking at the situation in Bolan, there's no chance of him being promoted or raised up the ranks. I thought he was a decent father actually, but with this, well, maybe like he doesn't want to tell him. と、国王が答える。ボロンドは土が捨てている。今少ない地から普通の平和もままなるまい。Okay. That's what the king replied. Okay. Basically, it says here that's like there's a lot of like things I need to explain, but basically it's saying like the land is poor, there's barely any rocks there, and there are also less troops there.
リーン殿下は恨んでおるのではありませぬかな。なぜ自分を最も貧しい土地に行かせるのかと。
I wonder if I wonder if His Highness Leen resents you for that. Why do you have to send me to such a poor province?
専属の魔術師もおりませぬゆえ。リーン殿下は陛下は自分のことを憎く思っているから、ボロンドに送ったのだと逆恨みすることもあり得るやもしれません。
He may, like I said just now, Mercedes, he feels like he's the bad guy, but he makes a lot of sense here. You're not even providing him with a personal mage. I would assume that His Highness Din resents you for sending him to Bolan, and he might even try to exact his revenge on you. どちらと口にして不安をしている。No matter how you say it, you can feel his. You can no matter how no matter how he put it, he felt. You can feel his uneasiness leaking out.
世はリーンを憎く思うたことはない。
This feels so weird because remember, like you said here, why did he send there? Why did he send to Bolan, right? It's because there's no chance of him being promoted. There's no chance of him raising up the ranks. I have never hated Rin. Then why did you send him to a place where he will never be promoted? It's not like he doesn't know about Warudanofu. と国王は言い捨てる。And that's what the king said. 短い断言だった。That was a short retort.
陛下の思いが伝わればよろしいですが、世の中には伝わらずに謀反を起こす者もおりますゆえ。
I hope that feeling get across to him. In this world, they are okay, he said that. I hope your feelings will get across. There are things that didn't get across and will lead up to a revolt. Revolution. 大祭メルセウスが不安を持っている頃 when the head priest Merceus is expressing his uncomfortableness. レガリア王国第三王子第二王子キラルは初めての顧問会議を終えてについたことだった。In the kingdom of Regalia, the second prince Kiral, it was his first time attending the council meeting, and he's finally able to catch a break.
父上は結婚のことは口に出さなかったな。
That didn't mention anything about marriage. とキラルは会議のことを振り返った。And Kiral looked back on the meeting. 結婚とは北東に隣する隣国のエルフの国。Marriage refers to the adjacent country. Yeah. The marriage refers to on the northeastern side. Okay, let me read everything. バリア王国の王女との縁談のことでもある。Okay. Marriage refers to both the kingdom of the elves on the northeastern side and the kingdom of Faria's queen Kingdom is more like marriage proposal. Okay, they're talking about the marriage proposal for the Kingdom of Faria and the Kingdom of the Elves. ファリア王国とは何度もと繰り返してきた父アザルド一世もファリア王国と参なっている。The Kingdom of Faria, we had fought them several times before. Azrael the First had fought against the Faria Kingdom 3 times before. もし、ファリアの王女がレガリアの王子を結婚して即位することになれば、両国の争いは一時的に阻止が打たれることになる。If a prince from Regalia is able to marry the queen of Faria, then they will put a temporary stop to both kingdoms.
もしかして立ち消えになったのか？
Don't tell me it has been put on the shelves.
そのようなことは聞いておりません。
I haven't heard anything about that.
父上は俺様とタラキンのどちらと結婚させるつもりでいるのだ？
Who is father planning to let us marry between me and Tarakin?
さあ、殿下であることを望みますが。
He's basically saying, I don't know, but I hope it was you.
タラキンとだけは結婚させたくない。ファリアの王女は噂ではすごい父の持ち主らしいな。
I don't want it to be Tarakin. I don't want Tarakin to marry her. From what I heard, the Queen of Faria have a huge boob.
そのようですな。
Seems that way.
そういう女は俺様のようなイケメンがパイ釣りするのがふさわしい。そうは思わんか？
A woman like her would be fit to give me パイ釣り。そう問いを対してランズギルはストレートに答えなかった。Regarding that question, Ranzgil didn't answer the question straightforward.
ジル軍とはどうなさるおつもりで？
What are you gonna do with Jirgundo?
あれは未来の王妃にはなれん。所詮遊びの女だ。
Agree.
あれが王妃を務めることも、王太子妃を務めることもない。いずれジル軍ととは別れる。
That person is not befitting to be the queen's consort. She's just a woman to be toyed with. She will not fit to be a queen consort or even a crown prince or a crown prince consort. In the end, I will part ways with Jirigundo. 王太子は王子の妃のことである。王太子が未来の王を約束された立場なら、王太子妃は未来の王妃を約束させられた立場だ。Okay. Okay, give me a second, okay? The crown prince consort is supposed to be the consort to the crown prince. If the crown prince is to be promised to be the king in the future, then the crown prince consort would be the person to be the queen's consort in the future.
ジルグントと別れた後には、付き合うならサキュバス族の娘がいい。あれは美人揃いで皆爆乳だ。しかもパイ釣り上手と来ている。
After parting ways with, after breaking up with Jirigundo, I would like to date a succubus. I heard they are all beautiful with big breasts as well as good at paiseri. But this is what I said in Japanese streams as well. It kind of like nullifies the lore. If you play 1 and 2, they say that if you do it, even if it's just a paiseri from the succubus, you're gonna die. So it kind of like retconning the lore.
誰もが羨む女でございますな。
Any woman will be jealous of that.
俺様もまだ一度しか会ったことがない。子供心にもよく覚えている。凄まじい美人で爆乳だった。
You're an ass.
いつかはパイ釣りしたいと常々思っていたのだ。
You're a damn. What kind? Oh my god. Okay. You understand once I translate this. I only met them once, referring to the succubus. I still remember when I was a kid. They are so beautiful. They're so beautiful and have big breasts. I thought one day that I always thought one day that I'll have them give me a paiseri. He had that urge ever since he was a kid. Now you understand why. Like I was like, what the heck? Once you were a kid, you thought of that. What kind of? Oh
フ
god.
ァリアの王女は諦めなさるので。
Are you gonna give up on the Queen of Faria?
バカを申せ。ファリアの王女は俺様がものにする。だが、正式な結婚は最短でも1年後だろう。それまでは、サキュバス族の娘をものにする。
Nonsense. I'm gonna make the Queen of Faria mine as well. At the very least, it will take 1 year to have a proper marriage. And until then, I'm gonna make a succubus girl mine. Ooh, I think I need to separate into a third stream. I thought I can finish it today, but it seems that it's a bit too much. Yeah, because like at the very least, like after this, it's like we're gonna have Leen go to Bolan, and that would at the very least take another 30 minutes. Okay. And it already takes a lot out of me right now. Kiral Oujiがまだ見ぬエルフ、キラル王子はまだ見ぬエルフの王女とサキワ族の娘に浴場している頃。It was at that time where Prince Kiral, who is still lusting over the queen of the elf that he haven't met, and succubus, 第一王子タラキンはファリア王国の用心と会ったばかりだった。The first prince Tarakin is meeting an important person from the Kingdom of Faria. Wait. I'm not sure if the Kingdom of Faria and the Elf Kingdom are the same or not. It makes it sound like there are two kingdoms, but we'll see how it goes. It's the same. Is it now? Yeah, so it kind of cleared it up. So he's an elf, and here it says Faria Kingdom. So Faria Kingdom, the elf kingdom's name is the Faria Kingdom. Okay. 密かにイルミナ、廃したファリア王国の大貴族、ドルイア教である。Like I said, Kyo is a high-ranking aristocrat. I don't know if it's a baron, if it's a duke, or a count or a viscount. Okay, but point is that the one of a great aristocrat, Lord Doraya, secretly entered Illumina.
Illumina に向かう途中、偶然サキバス族の娘に会いました。と言っても、会って話をしたわけではなく、空を飛んでゆくのを見ただけでございますが。
On the way to Illumina, I coincidentally met with a succubus on the way here. Although I just saw them flying.
サキュバス族は皆美人で爆乳揃いだからね。あそこの具合も相当いいらしい。パイ釣りも最高って聞くね。
Oh god damn, man. Succubus are all pretty, they all have big boobs. I heard they are pretty good down there as well, and they give great pazuri. Zamas! Zamas 王妃はするQueen's consort Zamas. Basically like she's controlling him. Well, put the hold on him. Regarding Bolan.
好きにすればいい。その代わり、もし僕がキラルと争うことになれば。
Do whatever you want, but in return, if me and Kiral, if something were to happen with me and Kiral,
分かっております。
I know.
分かってくれればいい。それがギブアンドテイクってやつだ。
It's good that you understand. This is what we mean by give and take. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here. Regalia Okoku, Yurugia Hakuryo. Okay. I think I'm gonna end it here, okay? It will at least take me like another hour, okay? Because on the way to Bolan, because they're heading to Bolan now, right? There's still quite some stuff to go through. I thought I could finish it by today, but it seems not, okay? So I'll put this on, okay? I'll continue this stream next week because like there's a lot, okay? And I'm not feeling that well today, okay? I'm not feeling that well, and it's already been 1.5 hours, okay? So, but by next stream, we should be able to finish all of it, okay? So next stream, we finish all of it, and like, for now, I want to take my rest, okay? I'm not feeling well today. I actually planned to stream Persona 4 Golden in Japanese today, but I was too tired. Like, I was too tired to do anything. So, I'll leave it at that, okay? So, even though today's my day off, I feel like I've been laying on my bed for the whole day. I'm not saying that I'm sick. I'm just saying I'm not feeling well. Okay. So that's all for today. I'll continue this next week, and I think by then we should be able to finish it on Saturday. And then afterwards, like I'll be streaming Kyonyuu Fantasy 4 in Japanese again. Okay. Okay. So that's all for now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.